And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession.
And the defense not making things easy for them.
Yeah, they're having a hard time getting the ball in the back.
Terry outside. There's the three. They get it back. Beasley with a clean look. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Beasley's got his first 3 points of the game. Around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And here's Barnes for three. Shot is off. The Rockets go the other way with it.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, that comes into play.
Here's Beasley. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Beasley's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
The Warriors have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
No good on the second free throw. Now Terry. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. That will count. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he...
Basketball, this is my passion.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very... So this is a guy that's a career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly... contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. They've got Klay Thompson, Maurice Spates out there with Bogut. Then there's Barbosa, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And Harden wide open. He shoots. No good on the quick three. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game, scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
On up the court. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Stephen Curry.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Houston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
Here's Beverly. Ariza has the open look. That one's good from the corner. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite. Of the floor.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to...
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Livingston in for Leandro Barbosa. Green kicks to Livingston. He feeds it to Curry. And the Warriors miss again.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
Got that one up quick. 14 points for James Harden.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple. Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Lots of room. And he nails the jumper. Curry's got 12 points in the game.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
It's stolen by Green.
And that's The classic on the finish.
And Greg, nothing indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Thompson right side. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Thompson's got 7 points for the quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Leaves the dishes to Moniunas. Here's Beverly. And the three off target. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul for the Rockets. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Moniunas. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
Rockets leading by 5. And here is Howard. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. An even 3-on-3 break. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and it's K.J. McDaniels in for Trevor Ariza. The Warriors also with a sub. Barbosa's checked in. Outside, Green. Back to Barnes. Here's the 3. Rockets with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Brewer, the pass to Beasley. Capella, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
It's Curry with the drive. Fires top of the key. It's rebounded by Houston. Beasley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's McDaniels. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, I really like the way he came out in the first quarter. Very aggressive, really focused and intense, and generated some nice opportunities.
The Warriors have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. Spates comes in for Barnes.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Great open look there. 7 points for Beasley.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
And the Warriors miss again.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Curry with the steal. And it's, yeah, wow, he nailed. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. The Rockets on top, up by 7. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Houston was looking great right away, jumping on every opportunity to push the tempo. At one point, they had built a 14-point advantage. From their first bucket of the game to the end of the first quarter, they held on to that lead when the... All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
I like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Clark.
Good Clark. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Beverly in at the 1. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now a timeout called by Houston.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Rockets leading by 4. Harden outside. It's Ariza on the wing. Cannot hit. The Warriors go the other way with it. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity. Harden gets to Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And the rejection by Harden.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Warriors trail by 6. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the 3rd. Curry outside. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took 3s, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting 3s.
And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State. So guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark, he's going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
And when you're defending Harden, it really is a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man.
Rockets leading by 7. Howard dishes to Modiunas. Houston moving it around. Harden kicks to Modiunas. Pass to Ariza. Feeds to Modiunas. 3-pointer. Here's Howard. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Howard's got his second basket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Over to the wing. Deflects the pass. Barnes passes to Green. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the whole defense with him.
And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
The 3. That's good. Harden's got 7 now in this quarter.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Into the playoffs last year with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Draymond Green. Looney comes in for Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Rush in for Sean Livingston. And stolen by Howard. And the jam by Harden.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And here are the Rockets. They're on a 13-4 run. And stolen by Spates. And Rush with a clear path to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And, Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And here's Houston. They're on a 15-6 run. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they led it or kept some of those big names.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Monteunus. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. There's the double team with Barbosa. Here's Capella, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it's pay a hard sell to a free agent.
And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Houston making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green, he's checked in for Spates. And Curry subbed in for Looney. Here's McDaniels, covered by Barbosa. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Beasley. The Rockets again can't hit. Warriors trail by 9. The pass to Rush. Shoots it, and it's blocked. And that'll be Golden State as it goes. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. On its way from Curry for 2. Another miss by Curry.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. The Warriors also with a sub. Barnes is checked in, tries a 3. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets lead by 13. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Here is Harden. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Oh.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Drills the three-pointer. Thompson's got it back down to within single digits for the Warriors.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his third foul of the game. Andrew Bogut checked in for the Warriors. On the wing, Green. Bogut against Howard. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. Here is Livingston. Dishes it to Green. Over Harden. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Timeout called the Warriors. And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent play. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under them, guys.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple of years ago. Arrows seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stay.
Some fantastic numbers here for Beasley. 10 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Warriors trail by 11. Here is Livingston. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley.
That's his 4th personal foul.
Thompson in the posts, guarded by Harden. Stolen by Harden.
That was a very dangerous pass, and the defense was all over.
And stolen by Barnes. Here's Livingston. And that misses badly. Air ball. Rockets leading by 11. Harden inside the three-point line. Thompson with the rebound.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
They kick it out to Green. Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Rockets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. To the inside. It's tipped. Dives for it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Houston making a switch here. Checked in, and Golden State also making a change. Stephen Curry's checked in for Sean Livingston. Here's Curry. Off the inbound pass. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 6. Again, Curry missing.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Howard with a clean look. The Rockets again can't hit.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Thompson. Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Leaves the dishes to Moniunas. And some nice passing there by Houston. Beverly wide open. Off target from three-point range.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
Beverly against Curry. The 17-footer. Ariza with the rebound.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by 9. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. Left here in the fourth quarter.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Here's Beverly. Houston gets it back. Howard gets to Moniunas. From deep, Harden. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Rockets lead by 12.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Curry kicks to Barnes. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Harden against Thompson. Harden left side. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Substitution on the court.
Golden State on D. Trailing by 10.
This game's finally gotten away from them.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point.
Bogut the pass to Barbosa. There's the triple. No good there. So we see Houston taking the W here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dwight, coming off the loss in last game, what was the difference tonight in how this team played?
We got a good win tonight coming from a tough game last night. Started out strong. We just stuck with it. We stayed together, and we got a good win.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. James Harden, just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're...
That'll do it for